scared. They're going to be nervous. In the back of their mind, they're going to think, okay, well, what's wrong with this? Why isn't she very excited? So, sorry, Michelle, I just kind of ran with that.
No, that's totally fine. I love those ideas. I love just like how everybody works this business differently, and there's just no cookie cutter way for success. And I love that you're doing it specifically to you. I'm just gonna throw this in really quick because this is totally on my mind. If you guys are not listening or reading the book Chase the Lion that has been suggested by Pam Souter for Mary Beth, I have been listening to that faithfully like every single day on Audible whenever I'm in my car or I'm in the shower doing my hair, whatever. And I love what Amy said, because the author is a pastor, okay, a Christian pastor, and he actually says, like, we have two destinies, we have two goals. One is to be ourselves, and the second one is to be like Christ. Like, and I love that you do not try to be someone else. I mean, how often are we like comparing ourselves to someone else or whatever? And so I love that about you, Amy. That is so awesome.
Well,
okay,
thank you.
So it sounds like you blitz, and when you're talking to people, like you meet people in real life and then you stalk them on Facebook. So then, like, what do you say to them? What's the conversation like? How do you sort of hook, line, and sinker?
Okay, first I'm going to start off with what not to say.
There you go.
Okay, and I have got this message from a couple of people that are like cold messaging. Number one, you're going to stalk your people to make sure they're not already in the business, okay? I have gotten some cold messages from people, and they're like, hey girl, you're so pretty. I would love to have you on my team. Have you ever thought about making money from home? And I'm like, okay, what I want to say and what I have to say. What I want to say is, did you really just look through my profile? Because I'm a presidential diamond with It Works Global, and I know you're with It Works Global because I've stalked you already. So, that like froze on a really judgmental looking face. So anyway, like it blows my mind, and I really just want to, but then I have to remember, okay, what would Jesus do? He would not do that, and that's not very nice. So you can't say that. So then I kind of like take a couple steps back, and I'm going, okay, I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm excited for your journey, but I'm already on this journey with you. So I have to like reel it all in. So what not to say to people? Don't tell them they're going to do good at this business just because they're pretty. That makes It Works Global look like we're super shallow. And no, like we're not. Let's just all agree right now, we're not going to just tell somebody that their only quality for being able to do this business is because they're pretty. So on that note, when I go and talk to somebody about joining the team, there's a couple of different things that I do. I'm always genuine. Every single person that I message, they get a different message. You're never going to see me do a copy paste. However, when there are new people in the business, yes, you are going to need to kind of do something that's generic because you're new. You're just getting started in things. So when I reach out to somebody, I say, hey girl, I've been following you for a while on Facebook. I absolutely love your personality. I love the presence that you have. There's something about you that is very welcoming. So I open it up that, you know what, these are your qualities about you that I really appreciate. And then I say, I don't know if you follow what I do, or if you've seen what I do, but I'm a rep for It Works Global. I would love to talk to you more about the business that I run, because I think you would be absolutely incredible at this business. what would it take to have you join my team? Or I would say something to the effect of, can we talk more about this opportunity? Now, if I'm talking to a loyal customer or a potential loyal customer, here is my downfall, and I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I struggle at enrolling loyal customers because I turn them all into distributors. So it's kind of tricky for me because when somebody comes to me, they're saying, well, I want the hair, skin, and nails. And then I tell them price and they're going, okay, well, I don't have the money. Okay, immediately you're going to say, oh, well, shoot, then we don't need to be talking about the loyal customer program. I need to get you on as a distributor. That way you're making some extra money and you're going to be able to use the product as well. Okay, so you've got loyal customer or people that are looking to use the products and they say they don't have the money. Perfect. I have a solution to your problem. And now it makes it even more easy. The fact that PayPal has their credit option, I don't really know what else to call it, but where you can buy your kit on PayPal with PayPal and you can pay it off over 6 months or 5 months, something like that. So if someone has $20 in their bank account, they can sign up as a loyal customer or as a distributor.
I'm not 100% sure that option is still on there.
Is it not?
I thought I saw in some leadership pages that It Works can't really offer that. That's a PayPal thing. So I'm not 100% sure. I was so excited though, and that
I know.
it's kind of like they can loan it.
Well, that's good to know because I may or may not have sent out like 7 messages about doing the PayPal option. So,
you can find out kind of easily. Like we can find out by just going into the PayPal section, like as you're going to enroll, and see if it's even on there anymore. I think it was on there that day, and then I think some leaders were asking the corporate team if that was going to be an option, and they were just saying no, that we wouldn't be able to do that. So maybe down the road we would. So Amy, you might have to be lending 7 people $100.
No, on that note, when people tell me that they don't have the money to sign up as a distributor,
that's a great one. What's your objection for that? Or
so
overcoming
what
that?
I use what's called the Feel Felt Found. So I'll tell them, you know what, I totally know how you feel because you've got to relate to your prospect. You've got to relate to that person because right now they're in a place that they don't think that anybody's going through the same thing they're going through. Just because I don't know if you guys have ever been in that place before though, when it's like the walls are closing in, finances are like going to crap, and everything's falling apart. Well, you don't think outside the box. So that's where you come in as their distributor, as their enroller, and you're going to help them think outside the box. So you're going to do the Feel Felt Found. I totally know how you feel. I actually felt the exact same way. What I found is because of this business, I've been able to make a completely different lifestyle for my family. How I did that was when I got started in the business, I actually had to borrow the $99 to get started. Now that's my personal story. You can't make that up if you didn't struggle with that. If you did have the money to get started and finances weren't that much of a struggle for you, then use somebody else's story and say, you know what, I totally see where you're coming from. A friend of mine, and you, even though I don't know a lot of people on here, we're still friends. And you can tell them that, you know what, a friend of mine was in the same boat that you're in, and she had to borrow the money to get started. Your kit comes with a box of free wraps. So as soon as we get your kit, you're going to be able to pay that money back right away. So a couple of options that I give people is to borrow the money from friends or family. I never, and you guys cannot do this, I never offer to borrow them to loan them the money, because that's considered bribing them. So we are not allowed to loan them the money. I ask them if there's random things around the house that they could maybe sell on the yard sale websites. Things, a purse or different. I had a girl on my team just sell a purse. There's random crap that people have laying around their house that they don't need anymore. And I know with, was it Joel and Stephanie Dunn, that they sold their couch? So
I think he actually cleared that up at Green Carpet, that they didn't sell their couch, but they sold other things.
They sold other things.
They sold other things to get it. Yeah.
So the thing is, if you have something that I want to address though, is if you have somebody that keeps making excuse after excuse after excuse and is not willing to be open to what you're trying to help them with, they would probably be better to start as a loyal customer first. So that's my personal thing that I do. Because if I am continually getting pushback after pushback after pushback, and they're in such a mindset that, no, I cannot do this. Yes, I would like extra money, but they're just so negative about things. Mentally, they're not in the mindset to be ready to build a business. So let's just start them as a loyal customer and go that route.
Yeah, I totally agree. And at the Phoenix boot camp, Pam said, like, when the money issue comes up, because that is a big objection that we get. I don't have the money to join. Well, yeah, that's kind of like where we all were. Like, if we were just swimming in money, we wouldn't need a business. So she said to just ask them, if you had the money, would you be ready to start today? Like, yeah, just because then you can actually give them those little ideas that Amy just said. I would probably actually say, if you had the money, would you start today, or would you be ready to get started? And then if they were to say yes, then I would say, great. Out of the following options, which one do you want to go for to get the money? Or, you know what I mean? Like what you said, Amy, just ask them ahead of time. Like, would you be ready to start if you had the money? Because that's also like right to the point. Let's see where they're really at in their mind. Because like you said, you don't want to be chasing someone to even sign up, because then you're going to be chasing them to work too.
Yeah, agreed.
And if it's just like over and over, and it's just like, every time, it's like, okay, let's just time to move on. Let's revamp the hundreds list, maybe take them off for a little bit, and a lot of times people come back to me 2-3 years later when I'm not following up with them anymore, because I just felt like it was pulling teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want someone who's excited and ready, and not that it's gonna, it does at times, it takes people a long time, but I don't like the feeling of feeling like I have to drag them into it, because then I'm gonna drag them to work too.
Yeah, I agree. And you had mentioned the hundreds list. It was someone on your team, and I don't remember who it was, that did a training on how to print out your friends list. And
Allison knows.
Yeah, that has helped me, and I spread that on. So a lot of people think that I'm a genius because I couldn't remember who it was, that I just said someone on Michelle's team, and then it just got shortened down to Amy said this. So I didn't mean to take the geniusness of it, that I just made up that word. But yeah, printing off your friends list helps to organize things so much. And then you're not, because if you're like me, it was like list after list after list, and they all got lost, or you had someone on the list 7 or 8 times. And if they're on the list 7 or 8 times, you definitely need to get them in the business. But yeah, printing off your friends list.
Okay, so does anyone know how to like go in and exclude people? Because with over 3,300 people, I'm like, that would take my printer like all day.
Yeah, no, I don't know how to do that. Allison does?
Allison,
Okay.
unmute yourself for a second and tell us if you can like go through and say, nope, not them, not them, not them, not them, and then print it out.
You know, I did it and I have it all printed out and I haven't done it in a while. But yeah, you can
Is there
exclude
a way
people out.
to exclude people from the actual printed list? Because I just
Yeah,
have a
I
lot of
did it 2
people that are
different
in it
times.
works, or maybe like family members.
I did it 2
I
different
don't
times.
need them to be on the list.
Right. I did it 2 different times. The one time I didn't have them. I did have everybody. But what I did the first time is I put them all to the top of the list. Actually, I think that's how I did it. No,
You can move the whole thing
So
around.
I
Wow,
moved,
amazing.
I put everybody that I didn't want printing out. See, I'm looking over here at you, Michelle, and I know my camera's over there. So I put everybody that I didn't want to print out at the top of the list. And then when you go to hit print, you print what pages you want. Pages, I don't want to print, you know, you get a print preview. Make sure
I
the
see.
preview's on. And then when
I
you
thought
go to
it
the
just
print
did it in
preview-
alphabetical order.
No, you can have it go so it does the people you see the most and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Okay.
You can play with it. You can play with
Okay.
it and get it how you want. So yeah, and then don't just print off the pages you want. And if you like, I have a few where there was a few that had a bunch of people that were either It Works distributors or customers that I didn't want to print off because I coded them. Once I got them done, I coded them onto my sheets, and I did that like that's my own thing. I just color code and all that.
Okay.
And then, so I'd have like a page, say page 32 had mostly or all distributors and loyal customers. I didn't print that page.
Okay. That's a great idea. Thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that up, Amy.
I'll be quiet now.
Any
Can I add,
other, sorry, who was that?
can I add to that really quick?
Please. Who is this?
It's Riley.
Yes, Riley, go ahead.
So something that I learned too, because I know we're supposed to be growing our network and adding people to our network every day. And for me, I was thinking that I was going to have to go through and reprint that whole entire list again and continue to update it. But if you hit the recently add when you're in your friends, it'll give you all your new mutual friends, so you can just print those off instead of having to reprint your entire friends list again.
Awesome.
So just an idea, because for me, I had printed it and binded it. The print shop does it down here for a couple dollars, so it's just easier to keep track of everything. And then you can just go in, hit the recently added friends, print that off, and just add it to your book. So
Oh, that is a great way to keep it updated too, because I just kept thinking like, well, you know, if I'm sending out 10 to 20 new friend requests every day, or you know what I mean, 5 of them, you know, like how, you know, that's great. That's so great. Okay, Kyla is saying if you have an iPhone, you can upload, what was that? Hold on. Okay, Kyla is saying if you have an iPhone, you can upload your list to your iBooks. Wow, that's amazing too. Can you kind of just like filter that one as well, Kyla, or no?
I've never filtered my list. I just printed out in alphabetical order, and then I went and crossed out everybody who was already a distributor and everything. 'Cause I don't
really need to
have
do that.
patience to do any of that sorting through beforehand. But I still have mine printed, but I like putting it into my iBooks for when I'm like needing to go on like a messaging spree or something. I need to start connecting with the people that I've been friends with for the last month.
Okay.
I can also have it on. So I printed it in alphabetical order, but when I have uploaded it into my iBooks, I have it in order of when I became friends with them. So I can go through and look at, you know, from the last month the people I need to build a connection with.
Oh man, I really need to utilize this. This is a great idea. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Amy, anything else about recruiting that you want to say?
The main thing is just to be genuine. That's going to get you more distributors than anything else, is to just be genuine, take their, get to know them. If you can get to know why they need extra money, or get to know their why, basically, that's going to help you help them. And if you're in the spirit of helping other people, you're going to be able to assign a lot more people than if you were to just think, okay, I need to get to this rank, so I need this many people. Change your focus and make it be, who can I help and who can I change their life? So that's all I've got for you.
Okay. So you guys, right now, I know that like a lot of new distributors are coming into our team, like right and left. And so right now, just so you know, they are updating our lovely training academy. Okay, so it's not available when you go in right now because they're making it better. We're not gonna see that weird compliance cowboy guy anymore, which is awesome. Okay, so if you guys have new people starting, one thing that you can have them do that is seriously it's like a great document, is have them print out the Training Academy guidebook. If nothing else, this is going to help them get on track and help them kind of know what they're going to do. And a lot of what is in that guidebook is also in the was in the videos too. Okay, so have them do that while they're updating the app. And just the app is gonna, the Training Academy is gonna be awesome. Okay, so Amy talked about distributors. We're gonna have a couple people. Did you guys see for you guys that participated in the Boom contest of Western Wraps, we have like 3 or 4 people in there who were just like, and I had a ton of loyal customers this last month too, so I was pretty excited. But we have Haley. I'm gonna have her go next. She enrolled. I'm gonna have her tell the number because that's gonna be awesome recognition for her. And I'm gonna have her talk about how she enrolled. I want you to talk about, Haley, like how you find loyal customers, what you do to get loyal customers, if it's posting, messaging, what are your best tips and tricks for enrolling loyal customers. And first, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and how many you enrolled last month.
So my name is Haley Bell and I am from Wyoming. I grew up in Washington and I believe that's how Kyla found me on Facebook. But I followed Kyla for about a year on Facebook before I ever genuinely showed interest in it. It wasn't until this last year when I had some pretty major stomach issues where I messaged Kyla. I was like, okay, what from It Works can help me? Because I am so sick of being in pain every day and I just want to feel better. And she had recommended a few products and I was like, okay, well, let me talk it over with my fiance and, talk about the budget and everything like that. And I think I messaged her the next day after I talked to him because I sat in bed and I was like, well, she's always posting about this crazy bonus, a huge bonus. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like $10,000. And he's like, are you serious? Why aren't you signed up? And I was like, well, I don't know. And so I messaged Kyla. I was like, okay, tell me a little bit more about the distributing side. And she told me all about it. And I think I signed up that night. And then I hadn't tried any of the It Works products at all. And I started posting about them immediately, just because I was so excited to use them. And I post close to around 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah, I'm planning on it. To that question that was just asked in the chat, I would like to go to it. I've never been to one, so I'm nervous, and I also don't have any friends where I'm at right now, so I'm extra nervous, but I do plan on going. Um, so I don't know everything about It Works yet, and or the products, and I've gone live a couple times, and Kyla is always dying laughing because I'm always messing up the words. I think I called the defining gel refining gel, like all sorts of crazy stuff. My first rap video, I had the rap flying across the room. Cat was knocking over the phone. I was like, this is a mess. This is awful. Everybody hates me. But I've this month, my only goal was to just see what I could do, and I didn't like put any pressure on it. I just wanted to see where I could go, and I ended up rolling 15 LCs and 1 distributor.
Woohoo!
So that was, I didn't even realize until I went to go comment on the Boom list. I was like, oh wow. I had to go back and I was like, I did some work. Wow, this is great. But how I think I signed most of my DTs is I only signed a couple for the BOGO on the wrap. I do sign a lot of hair, skin, nails, and I signed quite a few cleanses. And I think I use both those products. I did a cleanse, I think my second week of being a distributor, and I freaking loved it. And I was so excited. And I had a girl reach out to me about my story that I had posted about my cleanse and was like super inspired. And she just finished her cleanse the other day. And she was like, I loved it. Like, I've never felt so good. I lost a couple pounds. I was drinking more water. Like, I genuinely just felt healthier. And that was like overwhelming. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, how exciting that you feel better. Like, she was having similar issues to me with like the digestive problems. And so another way that I reach out to LCs is I know quite a few people from high school and just people I've met throughout my years of Facebook who I know are looking to grow out their hair, but maybe haven't liked or commented on my post. And when I have extra time, which isn't often, I'll go through my friends list just because I need a reminder of who's all on there. And I'll message them and be like, oh, hey, I see you on Facebook and I think you're so amazing. And I noticed, I have a couple openings for my hair, skin, nail. Would you be interested in trying it? And they're like, yeah, of course. And then bing, bang, new LC. And the first two
Hey,
people,
hold on a sec. From the time that they say yes to the time of enrollment, you got to tell us what you're saying to them, what the dialogue actually looks like.
can I pull it up real fast? I'm a really bad public speaker, so I apologize if I'm rambling.
No, you're doing awesome. But I think everybody just kind of wants to know, like, what are you saying? How are you overcoming any objections? Like, how are you getting them from point A to point B?
Okay, so it was actually one of my latest LCs that I signed was for hair, skin, and nails. And I'm just trying to grab it here real fast so I can give you the exact answer. Okay, so I messaged one of my friends on Facebook, and I think she had liked my statuses, and she was really skeptical about it, but I followed up with her, and all I let her know was, hey, I just had a spot for my hair, skin, nails for a 90-day trial. I would love to have you as a hair model. Would you be interested in snagging the last hair, skin, nail spot? And she's like, yeah, how much does it cost? It doesn't matter if my hair is colored, right? It's still very thick and healthy. And I was like, no, it doesn't matter. I bleach mine. Like, I am still using the hair, skin, nails myself. And right now I can give it to you for 40% off when you purchase it for a 90-day trial through our loyalty program, which means it's only $33 instead of $55. And she had to wait a few days because she didn't have the funds at the moment. And so I reached out to her the day that she had planned on it. And it's like, oh, I'm just checking in. Are you still looking to get signed up for your hair, skin, nails? She's like, well, before I 100% agree, I just want to know like what the implications are, if it's unhealthy for me. I experienced nausea when I first started, and it was because I wasn't eating in it. So I'll honestly tell people that because I thought I was pregnant. I was like freaking out. But I told her that, it can cause nausea, so eat with it or go to bed and take it. And so she got a hold of me later that day, and she's like, okay, well, I think I'm ready. And I sent her the link because she wasn't comfortable giving me the information, which is fine. I never make people give it. I give them the option of either me taking the information, or if it's more convenient, or if they're more comfortable just going to the link. And she replied back and she's like, so if I'm not impressed with this within the next 3 months, can I cancel? And if I cancel, would there be a charge? And so I get really nervous when people tell me or have any objections, I should say. And I was like, yeah, there would be a fee. I always recommend that if you do want to cancel or you're not happy with that we talk about your other goals. And there are products as low as $15. And she was really concerned about the $50 fee if she wasn't satisfied. And I think it's all about like having compassion for your customers and understanding what it's like to be in their position, because we've all been there once. And I just point out that, I understand where you're coming from. I've totally been there before. It is a 90-day trial. That way you can see the full results. And then I talk about how I love the product myself. And just in a couple weeks that I've been on it, I've already seen my hair start to grow. One thing that I always make sure to ask them is if they have any like health issues or any of that, if they're concerned about that. Just to make sure that it isn't something they should definitely speak to their doctor about first. And she, in the end, she was like, well, just tell me it's worth my money. And I was like, if you didn't want to do the 3 months, you can always do the membership fee. You can still receive 40% off, but I really recommend the loyalty program so you don't have to pay a fee. And she ended up purchasing it, and she ended up super excited and was asking a bunch more questions later and started asking about a couple of the other products. So that's mainly like my biggest objection since I've signed. I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing great. So I love that. Okay, and this is true for everyone, you guys. This is a big key point that Haley is talking about here. Whether it's Haley as a newer distributor, or me as a presidential diamond, or Allison or Marva or Amy, whoever else is on here, Nadine. And I love that so many people are on here. I love that so many people in my Australian, New Zealand team are on here. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Anyway, but you will not see people most of the time, unless they don't really get it, posting about products that they don't love and use. Okay? And if they do, they're probably not going to get any real good bites or comments or hits on it, because they don't really believe it. They aren't passionate or excited about it. So I'm not really going to be posting about regular and relief because I never use them. I've never used them. So why would I? I mean, I love the essential oils, but you don't see me posting about that on a regular basis. So just like what Haley said, hair, skin, and nails, and whatever helped you with your stomach, if it was the cleanse or maybe the probiotic, that's what she's going to be posting about. And I promise you, if you guys watch all the top leaders in the company, they're posting about products that have worked for them, that they're super excited about it. Because the truth is that's another objection we get is, well, I'm not a salesperson. Well, I don't feel like a salesperson if I'm sharing something that I love. Now, if somebody all of a sudden like, okay, Mark Pentecost, let's bring on some ladders onto the product line, I'd be like, oh no, now I feel like a salesperson. Okay, you see what I mean? Like, you've got to become a product of the product so that when you're sharing and going live, even if you look a little bit silly, Haley, in the beginning, you're so excited and you're so passionate, it has worked for you. And that's all that matters. You don't feel like you're selling anything when you're talking about specifically those two products, do you?
No, I actually I get so excited to talk about it. I in my live videos, I feel like I'm just gleaming with radiance because I'm so excited to tell them how genuinely just great I feel after I take my products.
Yeah, so you guys, don't feel like you've got to post about 30 products. You can post about a handful of products that you love and that you use, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to be knowing everything about everything. And you can always ask your upline if somebody has an issue, or you ask them about their goals and you're like, I don't really know what to suggest. Just ask someone else based on what they've said. Okay? Well, congratulations, Haley. That's so amazing. You're gonna get a prize from me. So just know that.
Yay.
For that boom contest. I don't think we made it all the way to 0, and so I'm gonna reward the top 3 people. So I gotta count everyone up. Okay?
Awesome.
So
Thanks.
how many enrollments they had. Okay, so the next person I asked to talk, if you just want to mute yourself, we're gonna move to Shelby Brock.
Hi.
Hey, Shelby. So, Shelby, introduce yourself a little bit and tell us how many customers you enrolled.
I am Shelby Brock. I am a double diamond, and last month was a really good month. It wasn't my best month, but I enrolled 18 loyal customers and 2 retail customers, and I think 3 distributors. I was really trying to fill out 2 steps to success, but I'll do it this month.
Amazing. Way to go. I was like, oh my gosh, between Kyla and once Haley started putting hers in, at first I just felt like Kyla and Shelby and me. I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep up with these girls. So yeah, last month was so fun, just being able to help so many people get started. All right, Shelby, where do you find people? How do you enroll them? What's your main source of finding people? Is your main source messaging people? Is it posting? Just kind of give us the spiel with those 2 questions.
I definitely use social media. I am the most awkward person in person. I keep to myself and I hide and I do not talk to anybody. But on social media, I feel like I can really relate to people and tell my story. So social media is my thing. Instagram is definitely my platform. I'm obsessed with Instagram. I feel like it's much less personal and an amazing platform for loyal customers. And I use Facebook, and I still definitely get loyal customers off Facebook, but I use Facebook more for distributors. How I signed my customers is I am a firm believer in the hundreds list, utilizing your hundreds list, adding people to your hundreds list every single day. But I post daily and I build my network daily because it is so important to not be preaching to the same choir and just reaching a new audience. So posting not just about the products, but I also make sure that I'm always telling some sort of story when I post and letting them know I'm a real person, because 90% of my Facebook friends or Instagram friends definitely don't know me. So I try to relate to them in some way and let them show I'm a mom, or I'm a wife, I'm a police officer's wife, I love to travel, I love adventure, stuff like that. So I make sure that I am posting personal and not just salesy. So if you went to my Instagram, I have gotten a lot of people hey, would you join my team, blah, blah, blah. But I don't feel bad for these people, because when you first go to my Instagram, you're probably not going to know that I'm a distributor. You probably won't be able to tell I'm a distributor unless you're really stalking my Instagram and really reading every single caption and how I intertwine it in there. But I mostly try to connect with people, and then at least twice, maybe 3 times a day, I post a before and after. But this month I've also not just been posting before and afters, but posting, asking for product models. Hey, does anyone want to lose 15 to 20 pounds? I need 4 model or weight loss challenge models. That's been working pretty incredible. I think that was definitely key this month. just asking those people like, hey, do you have goals? And then it opens up the opportunity for me to talk to them about their goals. And anytime, I also changed my wording a lot the last couple of months. That has worked tremendously, because I always struggled with explaining the 90-day challenge, or like over explaining it, or making sure that they knew it was a 3-month thing, or that they were getting a good deal without oversaying it. So I went to just keeping it super simple. So if somebody responded to my product, say we're doing the cleanse, because that's just an easy one to go off of, I would always say, hey love, I'm so excited you're interested in doing our 2-day cleanse. It retails for $60, but you can get it for $36 as a loyal. Are you familiar with our loyal customer program? 99% of the time they say no. So I always say, awesome, it's a super amazing program. You sign up, or how do I say it? Let me read it so I don't mess it up, because my brain is not here today. So,
And you guys, these messages are good to keep in your notes app, or if you have a Android, or there's some kind of an app that you can just copy and paste. And so I have an iPhone, and so I have probably 800 notes. And so I'll just go into the search and be like, loyal customer, like how to explain loyal customers.
yes.
And so you're not having to rewrite it or retype it every single time. You just already have that response. And it really is true, Shelby. Don't you think that you can kind of predict what people are going to say before they say it?
Yes, you really can. And I used to be stubborn about not using my notes. Like, I know what to say, I can just say it, but I saved myself so much time when I finally created a wording file in my notes section. It is like life-changing. I highly recommend it. Really fast though, what I say when they say no to that is, as a loyal customer, you save 40% off retail for life. To join the loyal customer program for free and waive the $50 membership fee, you simply join any 90-day challenge, so you will get one product a month or more for 3 months. It's super flexible. You get your own login. You can mix and match products each month, and you earn perk points towards free product. What do you think? And usually from there, they're super on board. They love the idea of the discount. They love that they're not locked into certain products, and they love that they get perk points towards free product. Very seldomly from there do they question the loyal customer program at all. It kind of lays it all out there without it being, I never say the word commitment, because people like run for the hills if you say 3-month commitment. But they just say yeah, and I always walk them through my website. Not just give them my link. Like, awesome, is now a good time for me to walk you through my website. If they're not ready that day, you have to get a date from them. Put them on your calendar, because either they're going to forget about you, or you're going to forget about them, and you just lost a loyal customer, and someone else is going to snag them up. So I get a date from everybody that I talk to. If our conversation kind of like runs dead, I don't like randomly message them like, hey, when can I check back on you? What date? I just put them on the following Friday. Like, hey, I know our conversation kind of ended, but I still have one spot available for the cleanse. Is this something you'd be interested in? So that I'm always following up with them. So no matter what, if they showed me interest in the product, they go on my calendar, they go on my hundreds list, and at one point or another, I'm going to follow up with them that following week.
Yeah, and so what I do, because I'm not super organized, that is one of my probably weaknesses with doing this business. So I utilize my reminder app. I just tell Siri, I just tell her now, Jen Card taught me this. She's like, just tell Siri to remind me to talk to Tiffany on Facebook on May 1st. Like, you can do that when you're driving. If you just have a conversation with someone, because sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have a calendar. I don't have like anything to write anything down, whatever. And I just don't want to feel overwhelmed. You can also, if it's on Facebook, who has used actually like setting an event reminder. You can actually put an event reminder right in the message now. And I'm sure all of you guys already probably know this, but just in case, this is kind of a new feature in Messenger, that you can set up a follow-up. When they give you a date, so that they can see it too. Right? Have you ever used that, Shelby?
Yep. I do use that on Facebook every single time, and I love that it tells both of us, like, hey, reminder. Yes. I also put them on my, I kind of do what you do with the iPhone, but I always put them in my calendar in my phone because I check my calendar every morning because my kids keep me super busy. So there's always something going on. So the first thing I do is check my calendar. And if I have someone on as a distributor or loyal that's supposed to sign up that day, I message them first thing.
Yeah, I wish that I was better at calendars. Like we have a calendar for our other business, and I have to put everything like a personal thing. But if I was to put everything for my works in there, oh my gosh, it would just be like too much of an overload. So my reminder app, I just put like every day. Like if they don't respond or like somehow I forgot, then I'll just do it like every day until. So just that's awesome. Okay, so do you feel like most of your loyal customers are coming through posting or most of them through messaging?
I definitely believe that posting is not asking. So I make sure that I am messaging everyone. I don't attempt to message everyone on Instagram because I have like 23,000 followers and that gets overwhelming. But if you like my status or my post product on Facebook, you're definitely going to get a message from me. And it's usually like, hey, thanks so much for showing the love on my hair, skin, and nails challenge. I have one spot open. Is this something you'd be interested in? If not, I totally love the support. So that they don't feel like I'm asking them without being like rude about it. I don't know. But what was I also going to say that? Oh, product of the product I believe in 100%. Like you were saying, like the passion behind the products. I definitely post certain products that I'm passionate about way more than I post some of our other products. But I think in the beginning, when you're a brand new distributor, it's okay to share everyone else's stories. It's okay to have that excitement about the products that you're going to try. But at some point, you do need to try the products and start using them yourselves, because when I committed to the Greens and the Fat Fighters like 6.5, 7 weeks ago, and I've been sharing with everyone every time I lose like a pound or my jeans, my skinny jeans fit, or whatever the win for that weight loss is, people are like, okay, what are you doing? Like, tell me about those Greens and Fat Fighters. So it's super, super important to be a product of the product. I am obsessed with the greens, and I tell everybody this is the one product I recommend to everyone, whether you're you have like no weight loss goals or you have weight loss goals. I think all around it is an amazing product that everybody should be on, because I just feel so much healthier on it. I feel not bloated. I feel just good in general. If I skip my greens for a day, I know I've skipped my greens for a day because I'm like exhausted and sluggish and tired. So I agree with that. You sell more of what you're passionate about because you're sharing what you're passionate about and not being salesy.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. And yeah, we're gonna we'll share some of the wording that she said, you guys, if everybody can't write it down super fast. So we'll share some of that. But okay, anything else with loyal customers that you want to say?
Just keep it super simple. Don't like vomit out of the mouth. Just let them ask questions and let them guide the conversation. And just, yeah, I'll share that wording. It's literally worked amazing no matter what products I'm talking about. Our system retails for $267, but you can get it for $147 as a loyal. Are you familiar with the loyal customer program? And then sending them that wording.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Perfect. That's perfect. I'm so proud of you, Shelby. And wasn't it so fun to go backstage with Pam and Mike at the Phoenix event?
I felt like I was like in a dream. Like they're really sitting there, they're really talking, I'm really right here, and then taking pictures with them. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I had a FaceTime appointment with Pam.
Did you really? That's awesome.
Me? Anyway, so it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. She's now on my lock screen. The screenshot of her is now on my phone.
That's awesome.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shelby.
You're
Can't wait
welcome.
to what happens for your team this month.
Thank you.
Okay, so the last thing, thanks for everyone for staying on. So in order to enroll customers and distributors, we have to be adding to our network. We have to be adding to our hundreds list. So I've asked Colette Bowden to come on and share just a couple of ideas or ways that she is adding to her network and what she has done to grow her audience.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me on. I love this part of it because to me it's kind of a fun challenge to see, oh, who's new that's been watching my Facebook or Instagram that hasn't been liking or commenting before. And so I enjoy it. One of the things that I found recently is use your Facebook and Instagram story. And I don't think Instagram does this, but on your Facebook story, you can see who's viewing it. And I will screenshot all the lists of names of people who are viewing your story. And for me, I'm like, who are these people? Usually they're people that are following you, who never like and comment on your posts. So if you screenshot that, then you can use that to go back and add them to your hundreds list and then engage on their Facebook walls. I've done a lot of engaging posts like, just regular on your Facebook wall or on your Instagram wall. You can do engagement posts on there. So I did one where it says I'm cleaning up my Facebook with one emoji. No, I think it was like, I'm cleaning up my Facebook, say, like this or comment to stay on my list. And then I did another one that said, to explain your day, use emojis only. And people love to participate. So I like doing that because it tells me who's watching. And so I'm super old school. You guys were talking about printing lists and I'm like, I can't do that. I have to actually get out a new piece of paper, line paper, and I'll put emoji post and I'll write emoji at the top and I will just sit and write down everyone who's not a distributor on that list. And then if I say, I'm cleaning up Facebook, I title that one cleaning up Facebook and I write everyone's name down. Another fun one is putting up a picture of a clock and saying, it's so weird that some people don't see my post. Post what time it is when you see this post. People will post what time it is. I'm like, you guys, it's so funny to me. So I put all of those people down on a list and I will just engage, follow up, private message. And it's just, hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in forever. Or do you have any plans for the summer? Can you believe that school's almost over? Just create that conversation. But before you're doing that, make sure that your Facebook, I usually make sure that I don't have an It Works post, that I have something on my Facebook wall that shares who I am instead. And we just did a team meeting about making sure that we are very well-rounded besides It Works, that we have something that inspires others, or we're creating value besides It Works, that people want to come and keep tabs on my page. So screenshot your day of the people that are watching it. Do engaging posts that keep people interested and commenting. One thing that you need to do, if people comment on your posts, make sure that you comment with every single person that's commenting. So you reply to their comment. That keeps Facebook knowing that you are very active on your page. Also, this isn't along those lines, but use the color blocking. So when you're typing a short post, short wording, and it gives you the ability to create color in the background of that post, try to use that because it's a Facebook app or a Facebook creation. Basically, it just shares that faster than it would any regular word posts. Another thing that I love, and I'll always tell my team, that when we're doing our hundreds list or we're doing a power hour, that I use the alphabet. And I'll say, a lot of times our friends list, so I have I don't know, 3,000 friends on Facebook. We don't see 3,000 different friends posting on Facebook. So I will say, pick a letter of the alphabet. So let's pick the letter T. And if you go to your friends list, and then if you say find friends, type in TA, and it's going to pull up every friend that has a TA in their name. And then I write them all down. And then TB, TC, TE, TF, TG, TH, TI, TJ. And I will continue to go through because people fall through the cracks. So I'll just pick a letter of the alphabet, spend about 30 minutes writing down everyone's name, and then engage with them. And it's funny that as you begin to engage with them, they start liking and commenting back on your post. Another one is being in groups that create value for you. So what are your interests? Do you like interior design? Do you like makeup? Do you like hair? Do you like travel? Diet recipes? I am a part of several different groups that I love, that I engage in. And I never, ever, ever, ever talk about my products in that page, ever. But I will talk about what that page is about. I will ask questions, or I will comment on people's posts. And as I begin to engage with them, so let's say Michelle's in my group. As I've seen her name several times, and I'll continue to comment, I will compliment her. I'll be like, oh my gosh, that was a great question, or that was an amazing recipe. How did that turn out? And then I will add her as a friend right after that conversation. So here we are. She's seen my name a few times. I then compliment her. I then comment back and forth, and then I'll add her. And almost every single time they'll add me as a friend. So I think those are the main ways on Facebook that I continually increase my following. You've got the typical way of your family that are not distributors. So your family, your high school friends, your old employment, mutual friends through there. And I think those are the typical ways. But I think one of my biggest ways lately is the my story and my engagement posts. I have so many friends that it still keeps me really busy engaging with brand new people all the time.
Awesome. Yes. Okay. So I just want to say a couple things that came to mind when you were talking that will kind of add to that and help. So you guys, Facebook loves questions. Like, it's so true. Try to have a post. If you're using Facebook and trying to post 3 to 5 times a day, do at least one question per day. And you can use, like Colette said, use what Facebook has given you. Use like the little feeling thing, like excited, I'm frustrated. Hopefully you're not frustrated. Whatever, like happy, wonderful, whatever. Like, use that little thing. Use like what Facebook has given you, and they're going to show it to your friends more. So I have been doing this, and I cannot believe some things I really wanted to know, and some things I was like, oh man, I just need to come up with a question. I also think like people just want to play games, and we're like this big gaming world now. And so ask questions. I even like things like, would you rather? I've thought of like just going downstairs and pulling out that game that we have. Would you rather, have, whatever, bugs in your bed for the rest of your life, or have to wear high heels every day? Like, just like make people laugh and put it in your personality and stuff. We also have learned with a Facebook, specifically a Facebook algorithm, that the second you inbox someone, Facebook believes that you are important to them. So if you have all these potentials, but you've actually never messaged them, if you message them and inbox them and start a conversation with them, your stuff is going to show up in their newsfeed. So that's a really good reason to be messaging people. Okay, so the second you inbox someone, your posts are gonna show up more for them. So if you have like this chicken list or people, then you need to just at least inbox them and say hi. Just be like, I love your Facebook or whatever, you know, like give them a compliment. You don't have to say anything about it. Works the first time. Also what Colette was saying, how when you have a lot of comments on something, don't go, like if you have like just, you know, 10 or 20 people commenting within a few minutes, like put it out, go back throughout the whole day and comment under the comments. It just keeps it alive in Facebook for longer. All these cool things about the algorithm. We're in like a almost ambassador page. And so some of these really, really green people, because I am pretty green inside, but all these really green people who really want to know like the ins and outs. I love the information, but I don't know if I'll just take the time to like learn everything. So another thing that also came to my mind, and I don't know if it's everywhere in the world, but there's an app called Meetup. So go to your app store and see if you have that. I've actually met a lot of people, and it goes by your interests. Okay, so you can kind of look through and see, you know, how far away would I want to meet up with someone? What kind of groups am I interested in? So this is like networking off of social media, in person with people, business-minded people, mom groups, you know, rock climbing groups. I mean, they have everything. And I've gone to several of them, and I have several people on my Facebook, several people who have become customers, or even that I've talked to about the business. So check out that Meetup app. Okay. Anything else, Colette, that you want to?
It's not about adding to your network, but so sometimes we're frustrated. We're like, are my posts even being seen? Facebook Live, do it over and over and over again. Just get on Facebook Live. It can be about going to the park. It can be about something silly that your kids are doing. It can be talking about your favorite product or doing a Fat Fighter demonstration. And you might think it's silly, but if you're not even getting to the topic yet and you're talking and engaging with the people that are watching and asking them questions, get them to comment, because pretty soon you have 100, 200 comments and people are viewing it, and that is going to be shown in your news feed always before any of the word posts are going to be shown. So get people interacting. I know that Marie did that. She did a 30-day live, and she said that she was, by the end of her live, she was getting so much more people tuning in than when she first started, just because people wanted to know what was going on.
Yeah, I know. Today, man, I should have just gone live. I recorded a video after I got out of the shower, like using products and stuff. And I always just think like, I don't want to see that 10 people are on or 5 people are on or whatever. Like, I don't want to see that. I'd rather just film it to myself, but I know that Facebook Live will get you so much more exposure. So yeah, I just need to freaking commit to that. Every time I get like,
Michelle,
yeah, Riley.
When it comes to the live videos, I have the hardest time, and if I can see specific people getting on, it makes me so nervous, and then I lose everything that I'm gonna say, and I'm like, dang it. So if you swipe left or right, it hides everything, so you can't see anybody that's on your live, and you can't see how many people are on there. So I'll do it, like I'll swipe it back so I can kind of like see if anybody is commenting. But usually when I go live, I cannot do it. And Amy gave me a good idea of just when you go live, just talk as if you're either like talking to yourself in the mirror or talk to your best friend. And it makes it a lot easier. But I always have to swipe so I can't see those comments because it makes me so nervous.
Well, I like the comments. I like to engage. But when I see like the number of people, I don't know why. It just always like freaks me out.
I'm right there with you.
Man, Pam and Mike and Mark are like rock stars because they're not, you know, I'm like watching them live and I'm seeing, you know, hundreds, 200, 300, 400 people. They're just like rock stars. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. Okay, Colette, did you have anything else? Did she leave?
No, I'm
Oh.
here. I was nodding my head no.
Oh, well, did you? Okay. Okay, so there's two more things that I want to talk about besides reminding you guys again. Print out your May game plan. Okay, print it out and actually fill it in. Okay. Oh, Catherine says that she's the opposite. She wants to see who's on so she can engage with them. I do like it when it's like engaging because but I just feel like if it's going to be this short, like 2 or 3 minute thing, then I shouldn't go live. And I know that's like a mistake. So I just need to get over that. Even a couple minutes. If I just think it's going to be like 30 seconds to a minute, yes, Allison, she's an engager as well. Okay, so another thing that you guys, I want to talk to you guys about is the law of association. And this is real. If you haven't heard of this before, the law of association consists of the 5 people that you are spending the majority of your time with. Okay, now this can also include your team members who, and if we have a lot of new people on here, you guys, this doesn't really apply to you, but I just have to say this because this law of association is real. And if you are spending, if you're a leader in this company, you have a Ruby team or higher, and you're spending a lot of time with your team members and maybe they're kind of negative or complaining or whatever like that, and they're like kind of like sucking the life out of you, you're going to become like them. That's just a proven fact. Okay, so we have to really be careful with this law of association and the 5 people who are influencing us. So if you wanted to become a runner and you weren't very fast, you would start running with someone faster than you. Okay, in this business, if you want to succeed and you have people that you're looking up to and in your upline or sidelines or whoever, spend more time with them, talk to them, listen to them, you know, follow them on social media. You need to spend time with people who are more successful than you, because they're going to lift you, they're going to elevate you, they're going to push you to limits that you maybe didn't think you could go to. Okay, it's going to be about getting out of your comfort zone. And it is true that you're not going to, like, you know, start ignoring people, but every 6 months it's proven that the 5 people you spend the most time with, every 6 months, usually one of them is going to switch out. One of them is going to switch places. So be very careful with who you let into that spot. Okay. And, you know, I love what Thomas Hughes says. Thomas and Ashley Hughes are ambassadors within my team, if you didn't know that. And I love what Thomas says. When he learned about this law of association, he said, well, I didn't have anyone. I had like my high school friends, my family. I didn't have like all these successful people. So he talks about like 5 authors that became his circle. Okay, so what did he say? He said like Og Mandino and Jim Rohn and Eric Worre, and you know, the 5 people that he started hanging out with the most were in books and were authors or in podcasts or in Audible or in YouTube. And so I know a lot of us are doing like a big push right now in May, and it's May 1st. And so we've got to set up our environment for success. I mean, I remember someone telling me, like, if you want to lose weight, you can't walk into your pantry and have everything that's bad for you. Like, you're just setting yourself up for a disaster. So you can only stay motivated if you have your environment set up for motivation. If you have all these negative people around you, or you're not reading anything to fill your mind and just everything that's negative is what we default to, then yeah, you're just spinning your wheels and going to sabotage yourself. So this law of association is real. You guys should go look it up on YouTube and you'll see that it's true. You'll see that it's right. Okay, and the last thing that I want to talk about is events. Just had an awesome event in Phoenix, Arizona. I loved that boot camp event. I was so grateful that I could go. Learned so much there, and they did a Diamond and Up night training on Friday night beforehand, which was awesome. But guess what they're gonna do at Green Carpet? Triple Diamond and Up training that has never been done before. All new material. It's not gonna be like, because they, you know, a lot of times they'll give us something like this and it's like printed out with what we need to do as leaders. Pam said today on her live, in case you didn't see it, it's going to be totally different than anything we've ever seen before. So go promote to Triple Diamond so that you can be there. You got to be paid as a triple or higher in, I think, May to qualify. So that's an awesome opportunity, you guys. I did just have a FaceTime with Pam Souter, which was amazing. And yeah, she pretty much told me, like, it's time to go ambassador. What the heck are you doing? Not doing it already. So that was awesome. I was so grateful to be in front of her. So you guys, I have a challenge for myself and for you for the month of May. I'm challenging every single person in the whole entire team, because I know a lot of people are going to have to watch the replay of this. I'm challenging you guys every week to either attend or host an in-person party. And if you're not actually hosting it at your house, then you need to take 1 or 2 people to wherever you're having it with your team leader or sponsor or whoever is hosting the party and going to be presenting at the party. Take 1 or 2 guests with you. Okay, and 1 online party each week. Now, you got it pretty easy because my sponsor, Christy, our ambassador, every Tuesday, she does an online event with other leaders sharing about the products and the opportunity and stories and stuff. So even if you have to do that one for the month of May, if you're new or if you're feeling uncomfortable and don't want to present yet, but 1 in-person party and 1 online party in one way, shape, or form every single week. And I'm challenging myself to do this too, so we're all going to keep ourselves accountable. And when you do this, I would love to hear about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, unless someone, we got a lot of chats going on here. Okay. Someone says, how do you guys gain the confidence to go live or do videos? You know what? Honestly, Lindsay, the first time that I went live, I said exactly that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is my first live video. I'm actually really nervous right now, but this is a really cool feature to be able to let people get to know me and see me and everything else. And so that's what I do. I would just, yeah, Allison said, make a list of 2 to 3 things you want to talk about. So yeah, and today, like, I shared 3 products on a video. I needed to do it live, but I didn't do it live. So 2 products were from It Works and 1 product wasn't from It Works. And so just like share what you love, share what you like. And yeah, I know it's out of my comfort zone too, Lindsay, to go live on videos. But you know what? Everything about this business is to stretch you and grow you. And I promise you that if you do it, you are going to be like so great. You're going to be like so awesome and like high-fiving yourself. Like, at least I did it. Okay. And just commit to doing a live video like every couple of days, no matter what it is. And, you know, maybe you don't even have to put yourself in it. Like, just just film what you're like, get used to hearing your own voice talk and film what's around you. I mean, there's lots of things that you can do and talk about and that people would be interested in. So yes, got to do live videos. Okay. Yeah, personal development. If you guys, I'm telling you guys, Chase the Lion. Chase the Lion, either the book or audio. I'm like on chapter 17 and I cannot wait to end it. I think it has 21 chapters and then I'm going to start it over. Like, I have never been so hooked on listening to anything in my life. It is just like speaking to my soul. So get Chase the Lion, and it's the black one from 2016, if you don't know it. Print out the sheet, Catherine, go to your eSuite document library and just type in May 2017 Go Plan, and it'll come up. I just actually typed in May in the documents, and it was the very first thing that came up. There's 2 of them, so one of them was in another language. So anyway, yep, print that out and online this Wednesday. Awesome, Catherine. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being on. I'm gonna record this and I'll upload it and share the link. So thank you guys for being on. I hope you guys have a great night. And oh, let's see. You're welcome, Amy. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you guys later. I'm gonna unmute everyone. If you guys wanna say bye or good night.
Bye.
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 It's your right hand chop off. What are you watching?
Will you stop the recording?
Why fucking? I was yelling at you with my fucking. I heard me